to sit in that seat over there. Yes.
I'm Megan. I am 32. I live in Washington, D.C.
Okay, so this is the thing.
Uh-oh. It's about to get...
My name's Aminah. I'm 27 years old and I live in North Carolina. Perspectives for me of like dating, understanding what a date was, has changed and is always changing. So what I considered a date when I was younger is a lot different than what I consider like a date now.
I don't think that I was like a typical teenage girl and that like I wasn't very dramatic about boys. Like I didn't really talk about boys with my friends. Like they all talked about boys and they were all boy crazy. But I wasn't really into boys like that. So
But you was dating in ninth grade, though.
Yeah, but I went on a date. I think I just felt like we were hanging out, but in hindsight I realized like I was really dating. Like when I got invited to homecoming with the guy that I'm still friends with, I was like, oh okay, we're gonna go to homecoming. I'm like, okay, well this, I guess I'm like dating now.
Technically what dating is, like when you're younger, it's just like basically like hanging out with someone.
Go to the bathroom in your third period at 11 o'clock and I'm gonna meet you by the water fountain and we can kiss.
It's a vibe. Like you like me, I know you like me, I like you. Like let's hang out. You're young, you're carefree, you go with it, you're full of energy. It's exciting.
Okay.
You're not scared of it.
When I was in 10th grade, I was really good in school. I was like, you know, I wasn't really a nerd, but I made straight A's. And he was like, you know, captain of the football team. Like it was that typical thing. We used to dress alike. It was ridiculous. I would wear his like name. We were nauseating. Like we were that couple that everybody hated.
And were you the cheerleader?
No.
Okay.
So I had a little flavor because there were definitely girls who were cheerleaders, but the cheerleaders were like sort of like the football groupie. So I was like, I'm too cool for that. So I was the captain of the step team.
Did you have a lot of different boyfriends in your young, exciting, just throw yourself into a stage? No. Or was it like a main one that you threw yourself all in?
I was like, I'm like a hopeless romantic. So it's like girls get caught up on one guy and we're just like sprung. You think you found the one. Also like a society thing, like we're taught to be like that. It's like conditioned upon us since a young age. Yeah. Like to look forward to marriage and having a man, and it's like unconsciously everywhere around you. Like all the movies, like all the Disney movies, they're waiting for the prince to save them. It's like unpsychologically like conditioned into our heads, so it's like we have these expectations of like fairy tales from a young age. Okay. Like boys learn about cars and exploring and stuff and action, and girls worry about being saved by a man. You know, we dated all through high school, and then when I got to my senior year, I got pregnant with my daughter. Obviously it was a shock to both of us because I was doing very well in school and he was doing very well in football. So we were both concerned about our futures. That definitely caused a rift between us because his concern was that football recruiters weren't going to take him seriously. So we had a period where we weren't even like really speaking to each other. I walked at my high school graduation like 9 months pregnant. She was born I think like a week after. I'm very thankful because my mom was very supportive. Instead of making me feel worse, she tried to build me up as much as she could. Good. And like, you know, she's like, this isn't over, like your life is not over. You need to do, you know, focus on what you need to focus on. You need to, you know, focus on getting a scholarship and going to college and doing all the things you plan to do before. Mm-hmm. So that's what I did. I can still relate to the younger me and understand how I view things, but at this point, like through this journey, like I know the difference now. What was the awakening point for you? Once you start getting your feelings hurt, then you start to look at things differently. Because you're just like, this doesn't feel good. It's all about understanding and awareness. So one day you don't understand something, you're like, oh, why is this happening, da, 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 da. But as soon as you gain that clarity and awareness, you can have the ability to look at it like that, like, oh, this is actually probably a good thing. You change, like your needs change. Like, it's cool, your boyfriend, you be so in love with your boyfriend because he brings you soda to school or like Gatorade. Now you're 21, now you need gas money. Now you need your nails done. That's $40. Do you have, you know? I came out to Pittsburgh where he was because he went to school out of state. So we tried to make that work. And in the midst of that, we decided to get married because we thought, you know, even though we're young, we would like to have a single family unit. I was 20 and he was 19. But you know what, very quickly, we realized that... You had no clue what you're doing. We had no clue what we were doing. You know, like we were doing like what people see like on TV. Like, you know, I would cook dinner, I'd clean the house, and I would try to be supportive. And it just, we hadn't like evolved emotionally to handle that. Right. So naturally, you know, we didn't get along. So I came back home. I moved back in with my mother.
I got a job, and then we started co-parenting our daughter from, like, he was in Pittsburgh and I was in Florida.
I didn't really start dating until like last year. I just would like meet people, like figure out if I like them or not, and then just like in my mind become with like be together. I didn't understand the value of dating until recently.
What did you value? Just being connections? Okay.
It was like we'll figure each other out while we're together.
Did you like that phase of your life?
I liked it. I don't regret it. I got my feelings hurt. I don't regret it though. I liked every minute of it. Is it healthy? Will I continue to live like that? No. I've kind of been through a lot. So now I can see value in it. At the time I couldn't, and I could say, oh, this is what was hurting me, and da da da. It was like serious back then, but now it's just like life. Like,
what do you mean it was serious back then?
Like the hurt and the pain of it.
Oh, when you would be in situationships
and you don't understand what's going on.
When I was 20, my daughter was 2, and we broke up maybe like a year after that. And then I don't think I started dating really until she was like in pre-K. Like I had like a boyfriend, but it was odd. I had a different set of priorities than males my age had. It wasn't really like I was letting them be a part of my life truly, because it was like, okay, you're kind of like over here, like, and we can hang out, but like, you know. So it took a while. I think maybe when I got to like my mid-20s, like I would have real boyfriends, and like they would meet my family, and eventually I would introduce them to my daughter. So, you know, I went out quite a bit. I had a good time, but I just really didn't take anyone like, okay, this is like someone I'm gonna take seriously.
I spent a lot of time alone before like I started dating, after the relationship that I was in. So it's like I feel like it's a good way to like slowly like open yourself up to people, kind of like communicate and talk about things and kind of get things clear and out there. Like, what are we doing? Do you like this? What are you looking forward to? What do you have ideas of? Like understanding the direction of what you're going with the person rather than just like being with them and kind of figuring it out as you go.
Some guys know you either got to be persistent, you just got to keep going.
Yes.
And then it's like, me too, like, okay, you're doing too much. I'm about to call the police. How do you know when it's too much and when to keep going?
I did have someone like that in my life that I was not attracted to at first at all. And he was very persistent. We used to work together. We worked at a mortgage servicing company. He left there to go to law school. And I was like, if he can do it, I can do it. So I would keep up with him over the years, and we became really good friends. And he graduated, but I always credit him with like as a person. But I consider him a mentor because he was like, you know, these are things you can do, and he always like encouraged me to do it.
Yeah.
But he became my friend. Like he was actually not like, oh, Megan, you're beautiful, or you know, all these like superficial things. Like I actually want to get to know you as a person. But he was very persistent. Like he never gave up.
So what did he never give up doing? Because you weren't attracted to him or interested in him at all.
Zero.
So what did he do?
The thing that was very attractive about him was that he believed that eventually he wouldn't be over, but he was like, I'm not trying to rush you to that point.
The level of confidence that he had that he would actually get you without trying.
Yes.
I like him.
Yes.
I do like him.
You see why he's so likable? Because like when you talk about, oh, like you're pushing me too hard, me too is like when, I don't know, personally me, maybe it's my personality, I don't like to feel rushed. If I feel rushed, I'm just like, no.
Or pressured.
Rushed, pressure, I don't like that. So, and I think a lot of women feel like that.
Yeah.
They want to feel like they're making a choice. They want to feel like, you know, you're not tricking me into this. Like, if I'm making a choice, it's like, oh wow, like I didn't expect it like you, but I actually do.
Are you dating now?
No, not anymore. I kind of have somebody special right now.
Okay, wait a minute. So you were dating 2 months ago. You're not dating now, and you're not looking to date in the future.
Yeah.
And you have somebody special.
Yeah.
So isn't that the same thing as you just see somebody and you're like, in your mind you're together?
No, because it's been 2 months. We dated for 2 months.
Oh, so the person that you dated for 2 months, you're no longer dating. You're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't say that. I saw that. I like your little play on words, but I'll figure it out though.
Okay.
I'll figure it out. When was we in a relationship? July 7th.
2018.
My life has changed a lot recently. Like I moved here from Miami. I just graduated law school.
Oh, good. Congratulations.
Thank you. My daughter is entering high school.
Okay.
So I have a lot on my plate, and I am really interested in, having and being in a relationship. Because I moved to a new city, like there was a whole other set of new men. Here it's a little different. People have different goals. People are sort of aligned on focusing on career, making regular connections, and even communicating with men here is a little different. I feel like they don't know how to communicate with women.
Really?
Well, I feel like they look at women as something that is okay, this is an optional thing, versus if you meet someone who's interesting and you guys are you hanging out and you like each other, that it should go somewhere. It's just oh, okay, well, I'm not doing anything tonight, so I'll hang out with this person that I enjoy their company. But it's not it's a part of their plan. In the South, it is more okay, if I'm actually hanging out with someone a lot, I want them to be my girlfriend. It's weird here. It's like they have fear of missing out, or FOMO. Okay, yes, this person's cool, she's cool, but there's all these other women, so let me see what else is happening. So I'm just gonna not communicate with this person and kind of keep them in the rotation, but not.
So how do you navigate this DC dating space with that relational economy the way that it is?
I don't have the answers. I really don't know. I'm like you said, when you were talking, it's I'm sort of winging it.
How did you come to that decision that, okay, yeah, he's the one I want to be in a relationship?
Because I just love the way he handled me. I love the communication. Once I made my mind up, okay, I'm gonna date, I'm gonna take my time. I'm not just gonna say I'm with someone to be with them. He was just so down for it. It's just let's not try to even figure it out. Let's just see, let's just appreciate each other's time and not try to figure this out. We don't have to figure it out. Let's just see what happens. And I liked that because it was refreshing. It was new. And I can see he valued it just as much as me. And I liked it. I liked it, and I still like it.
It would probably benefit me to get around more people who are in relationships, because all my friends are single. I'm older coming into law school, so it's I feel maybe if I hung out with more people who are in relationships, it would be a little bit different. I don't know if I'm qualified to give advice. If anything, take your time and not be so anxious about seeing where things are moving. Take everything a day at a time. Don't be so jaded to where if someone does one thing you don't like to completely scrap the whole situation.
That's good.
Give it a chance. And you might not talk to someone in a continuum. You might not talk to someone every week. Maybe you're doing something and they're doing something and you guys reconnect later. That's fine too. Yeah, just don't buy into the stereotypes. Don't say, oh, DC men are terrible because there's a lot of women. That's crazy. You know who you are. Be confident about who you are and what you bring to the table.
I can only appreciate this now because I've been through some shit and I've been on the other side, and I know what it feels like to not know what you want, to settle, to go through bullshit that you don't deserve. I know that whole transition we talking about finding out your worth. Don't try to figure it out at one time. Allow yourself to feel what you're feeling. It's okay if you get your feelings hurt. It's okay if you cry. It's okay if you're dealing with someone you shouldn't be dealing with. Don't beat yourself up about it. You're gonna be okay. Just sometimes you gotta go through it. That's the only way to learn. I bet you won't do it again. It's your job to just be aware of it and trust the process. We think stuff is the end of the world. It's not that. Just allow yourself to grow. You're gonna fall, get back up. I'm a very emotional person, so I've learned that I'm going to feel a lot of things. I don't have to define them. I don't always have to attach to them or define myself by the way I feel. If you're hurting, let yourself hurt. It's okay. If you're happy, let yourself be happy. Don't try to just define yourself so much, or the relationships or people or what this means. It's just let it unravel. And you might be surprised. You might end up getting what you want or something better. My dating experience for me personally has matured me.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and share it with a friend. Follow us on any of our social media platforms and leave a comment below and let us know what you think. It helps us create the content that you want to see. Until next time, see you on the next episode of the Millennial Dating Chronicles.